Ideals like peace, freedom, and justice, they get packed up, but we can all go home. Well, I'm not going home. I'm gonna get on my boat, and I'm going upriver, and I'm going to kick that son of a bitch bison's ass so hard that the next bison wannabe is gonna feel it. Now, who wants to go home? And who wants to go with me?
Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 212. Before we start the show, we want to thank all of our wonderful fans who have supported us. And if you want to show support for Rated G, you can find us on Patreon at patreon.com/Rated G for Gamers. You can also find us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Rated G for Gamers. And finally, please rate and review us on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate all the love. I'm your host, Dave Rotino, and this is my co-host, Dan Ain't Nobody Gonna Hold Him Down, Robinson.
What's going on, man? It's good to be back. I know we're late.
A little bit. We're definitely a little bit late. You know, some stuff got in the way, even though we're...
Well, the zombie apocalypse. I mean, it's crazy outside.
I know. I mean, we're doing.
I'm boarding up all the windows. I'm boarding up all the windows, all the doors.
Oh, you boarded up your windows. No, my windows are good, man. I ain't going that crazy.
I'm boarding up your windows too. Don't worry.
Are you? Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll help you out. I got some extra nails and some wood.
Nice. So, how you feeling? You feeling good or?
Well, I was a little under the weather. I was feeling sick, and I didn't know. Like right now, you get a cold, and that's like you're scared out of your mind, right?
Of course, you start sweating bullets because you don't know if you have the CV or if it's just a cold, and you want to take things seriously. Like I understand. So
at the end of last week, I wasn't feeling that well, which delayed us recording
a little bit. Yeah.
But the good news is I didn't have any of the symptoms for the CV, right? So they wouldn't even test me. They said I couldn't even qualify to take a test.
Right. You didn't have enough of the symptoms.
Well, I didn't have any of the symptoms. I didn't have a fever. I didn't have any chills. I didn't lose really any taste or smell.
Good. Or
anything like that. They said I probably just had a regular cold. It was just the worst time to catch a cold.
Oh yeah, sure. Because you think like, oh my God, this is going to be the big one. All right, this is going to be it. And to be fair, like we'll probably be fine because we're in kind of the healthy young percentile, but that's not really how you want to view things, right? It's like, I'm going to get this like strain of virus and I'll be fine. Like
6 months ago,
you can infect other people, right? Like that's a strong possibility.
Well, six months ago, if I would have felt like I did last week, it would have been nothing. I would have went to work.
Of course, you'd be like, I got a little bit of a sniffle. It's fine, right? But
I got a cough. I got some phlegm. I can't breathe. Right. Okay. I got a headache because it's like a sinus type of headache.
Right.
So it was like congestion. I was like, okay, it's not a problem. I beat this before, right? And now you get sick. You're like, oh my God, what's going on?
Yeah. Well, you did the right thing. You stayed indoors. You limited contact like you do. So, kudos to you.
And I feel
that.
I feel super. I feel like I can run a marathon right now.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
I feel like I could be Sam Porter Bridges right now, just walk across and deliver packages.
Oh, I got some news about Sam Bridges, Dan. All right, remind me about that a little later.
We'll talk about Sam Bridges later. But I will
say this though.
I feel good though.
I will say this, and I mentioned it to you too, and you were like, "Oh my God, let's go ahead and lock it down." I told you that I had a little bit of a sore throat at PAX. And you were like, oh boy, here it comes. And I was starting to sweat bullets a little bit because I knew I wasn't feeling too well. So I rested up some of the weekend and didn't go out with everybody. And I'm like, nah, I got to go back. I got to rest. And turns out Everything's fine, but it turns out that one of the people working the Animal Crossing booth tested positive for it.
Yes, I know.
So,
but we didn't even go close to the Nintendo.
Thankfully, no, we stayed real far away from there. It was swamped, that booth. You couldn't even get into it, and trying to take photo ops and all that. We're like, nah, we're good.
I know, but Matt seems to be fine. Matt went to the Animal Crossing booth, and we hung out with Matt the whole time, and the IGN guys were at the Animal Crossing booth.
There's a lot of people at the Animal Crossing booth. I think half the damn expo was at the Animal Crossing booth. So,
yeah,
it could have been that I had mild symptoms and now it's like gone. It's definitely way past the incubation period if that's the case. I'm not saying I do. I feel fine. I'm not going to go and get tested because other people needed a lot more, but.
Well, they won't test. They won't test you.
They won't even bother. They'd be like, get out of here. You're fine.
Not right now. Not right now. Maybe in a couple of months when we have when test kits are readily available. But I remember when you weren't feeling well. I had the disinfectant spray. I was spraying like crazy everywhere.
That's right. That's right.
I was like, oh, you touched this door up? Spray. No, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, quarantine hasn't been fun. I've been going out of my mind. I hate working from home personally. It drives me nuts because I don't know when the day ends, right? I know when I leave the office. I'd rather work late in the office because when I leave the office, I know work is over.
It's done, right? Because you're shifting scenery. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I've skipped lunch during the day working from home, and then I'd be like, oh, it's like 6. I haven't eaten yet. This is bad news. Yeah, it's not good. And then when you're done working, it's like, what do? You shift over on the couch and you're like, all right, I'm home.
I know.
ready to watch videos. I'm gonna open my laptop again. It's like,
but if you haven't if you have no need to go outside, it's like you don't even know if the sun is up or down, right? Like I barely I didn't even know the sun went down. I was like, oh, I didn't even see the sun the whole day. Because I've been sitting here working the whole time, and then it's like I after work I go to the couch and I'm playing a video game or watching TV, and then it's like, oh, I'm hungry. I forgot to eat something all day, and I look and it's like dark outside. I was like, oh my god, I didn't even see the sun go up or down.
Well, I always make sure to work in the living room now because that has like the big windows, and you can see the sun rise and set. Right, the windows are on the west side, I think. So I can see the sunrise and the sunset during the day, which is nice, But yeah, I barely know what day it is. Everything's kind of blending together. It's I want to go back into work. I want to be out of the house. I want to take the subway. I want to see people.
So I always go for a walk. I always take a long walk, like an hour, maybe like a walk, like a mile or two, and it's just so I can get outside. So the first week and a half, first week and a half, and especially when I was sick, I didn't go out. But now it's like I'm feeling better. It's like, all right, I'm gonna go for a walk every day, and I go for a walk, do a mile or two, and then I'll I need to go outside so I can get something else to eat because I got tired of eating the same thing.
Oh my god,
sort of the same things that I eat every day, right in the fridge.
I know. I've been cooking eggs and bacon like every day. It's like,
oh my god, I don't want to see any more bacon and egg and cheese. I'm tired of bacon, egg, and cheese. I had to do something totally different today. Just I did like salmon and grits just because I needed something. I needed variety.
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
So, but the CV it's just stopped everything. Movies. We talked about it last couple of shows. Movies are delayed. Right. I saw Jumanji, the new one. I rented it, and I'm going to rent Sonic. Oh, I thought it was awesome. I'm going to rent Sonic this weekend. So I'm going to watch that. Finally,
Sonic's going to be a good time, man. It's a fun movie.
So, but I didn't know, and I didn't even think about it. But all of comic books, the comic book distributors have stopped shipping new comics. So for Marvel and DC, they just stopped shipping new comics completely, and that makes sense.
Oh, the physical stuff, sure,
the physical,
for sure.
But they are not releasing any new comics digitally either, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, that was kind of a little bit surprising, right? So Marvel, you can get stuff through Comixology and other apps. I think you can buy them piecemeal or whatever too if you wanted, and you can just kind of flip through them on your iPad. I don't know how great of an experience that would be. I've never never read comics digitally, so I just don't know. But I like reading books and flipping pages, so I would assume it'd be the same for comics, right? I enjoy reading physical comics.
I mean, like I have my iPad and I get, I got some books on my iPad. I would rather have it on my iPad personally than books. But like comics, I feel like half the appeal of comics is having the physical comic in the artwork, in the paper, in your hand, not just what stories they're telling. It's not just the story, it's the actual appeal of having that book and seeing what type of artwork. And again, I used to love when they had some of those Marvel X-Men comics with the trading card embedded into maybe the first page, and it's like the hologram trading card, right? Like that was awesome, right? I thought I had like $1 million comic. I was like, oh my god, I got the hologram trading card on top of the comic. Like, I thought it was like the biggest thing.
Yeah, right.
So half the appeal of comics, I think, is having a physical.
Sure, so. and it we obviously collect physical video games partially for that reason, right? We want to have all the stuff that comes with it. We want to be able to
have
feel
the art
the
book
game
for the game,
right? The art book, all like the special stuff, whatever comes with it, like all of that is like super cool. So, yeah. Sad to see that comics are kind of grinding to a halt for the time being. I mean, everything's grinding to a halt for the time being. So, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense for comics to be put on halt for the moment, but.
So
I don't know.
All right, so this is the part where I talk about all the notable games coming out next month, right?
It's gonna be a good month too.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see if it's gonna be a good month. I mean, I don't know. As of this recording, I don't know if any of these are going to be delayed, with the exception of the first one I'm going to have to mention, because that's essentially coming out Friday, right? That's Resident Evil 3 for PS4. For Resident Evil 3, the remake. That's coming out for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's coming out April 3rd. I will say this. There is one game that's coming out next month that was supposed to come out this month or last month. No, it's supposed to come out in March. That we just found out today that it's being delayed, and that is The Last of Us Part 2. That is officially delayed indefinitely, so we don't know when that's going to come out. That may be a PS5 launch title. You never know.
At this point, I think you may be right. Because they don't want to lose out on any potential sales, right? And coupled with the fact that, maybe they needed a little bit more time to put some polish on it, and then the CV comes out on top of that, like, you basically got two strikes against you. Like, you might as well wait, right? Because people are going to love that game when it comes out, whenever it comes out.
Oh, yeah.
So they want to make sure it's done at the right time. They want to make sure, this is the right environment to be putting this game out now. Because it is also like an apocalypse game, right?
Yeah, that too. It is
so you definitely don't necessarily want to be playing these downer games right now. You want the escapism. You want like the God of War games.
Well, I mean, even that, right?
It's a little. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, even that. I mean, right now I think Animal Crossing came out at the right time. To be honest.
Oh my God! Yeah,
talk about escapism.
Right, you get to fly to your own island. Oh my God!
All right, so let's continue the games that are coming out this month. But again, asterisk, we don't know. As of this recording, none of these have been delayed, with the exception of the last one. And obviously, I'll get to that last.
Yeah.
So Resident Evil 3, it's coming out this Friday. That's going to be a hard pass for me. I'm going to wait until that's a stocking stuffer for me. I'll probably get that during the holiday season for $10 because I'm not going to play it. Don't like spooky games. A game that I will be getting. I'm hook a crook. Hook a crook. I will be getting, and that is Final Fantasy VII Remake. PS4 right now, at least the PS4 exclusive, coming out April 10th. We know. They've already prepped us that the physical edition is going to probably be scarce when it comes out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try my best to get that. I'm going to order it. I don't know where I'm going to order it from, but I'm going to try to order it, or I'm going to go to Best Buy close where I live to see if I can get it.
You could do that. They're doing a little like, okay, we'll bring it to the door for you type stuff.
Well, my sister is an essential worker. She's a manager at a grocery store. well, no, it's not essentially a grocery store, food store. So she's in the complex with Best Buy. So technically, she can go pick that up for me during her lunch
She'd
break.
do you a little solid, right?
She'd do me a little solid.
Probably have to make her a nice big dinner, because she's going out there on the front lines for you.
No, she's probably going to say, "What are you buying me?"
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. A little tit for tat.
What are you buying me? So, I'm definitely picking this game up.
I am glad you were about this game. I thought you would like the remake because I knew it was going to be like a lot more like action and less on the turn-based RPG stuff, which I think is really cool. Like, we talked about it before. Like they really made it work. It is and it is also part 1 of 3, so you're gonna get like a big 20 to 30 hour game, right? And then you're gonna get another one and then another one on top of that. So
oh god,
that's
well,
awesome.
One, we don't know how many parts there are. I mean, we could get the next one.
I will bet you money it's going to be 3 parts because the first one came on 3 discs, and this is essentially all of the original content.
Of the first disc.
Well, this is pretty much all of the original content of the first disc. Right, basically, so by the time you beat it, you would be swapping discs in the original version. Like it basically covers all of Midgar, the first area that you're in.
All right, so that means part 3 will probably be on a PS6. As a digital download only.
Oh my god! I really hope it doesn't take that long.
The digital feature will be here.
I'm going to assume, like, CV aside and all of that, if they were on track, I would say next year, 2021, and then 2022 would be the last one.
Wow, you are very optimistic.
They already have the engine down. They already have, like,
a
lot of that stuff is super polished and in place already, and most of the game is like.
You know what? I wouldn't take your bet on it being 3 parts. I'm going to take your word for it, but I'll put money that it's not coming out next year or the year after.
You don't.
I put money on that.
You don't think so?
I put money. I put money. All 3 won't be out within 2 years. Guarantee you that.
It's still gonna look beautiful. Like even if the next gen stuff is already out, so I don't think they're really sweating bullets on that. But I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be like a Lord of the Rings thing, right? They're gonna be like boom, 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 year.
I think the best case scenario is part 2 out in 2022 and part 3 in 2025. Best case scenario.
25, Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe.
All right, then a little later in the month, we have Predator Hunting Grounds, PS4 exclusive, coming out April 24th. Same day as Trials of Mana, PS4, Switch, and PC, April 24th. Not excited about Predator Hunting Grounds. It didn't really get good reviews, at least on YouTube.
It looks okay.
Trials of Mana,
It's actiony. It is more actiony.
I would think about picking it. Put it that way.
It's like Secret of Mana. So if you played that on the NES Classic or on the Mana collection that came out for the Switch or PS4, it's basically that, but with better graphics, with a lot better graphics, because now it's a remastered version, which is nice. But
all right. Well, a game I'm definitely thinking about picking up that, did appeal to me when we saw it at E3 last year. And I told you, I was like, you know what? I would pick this up.
Uh-huh.
And I'm not really a tactics type of, I don't like tactical games. But Gears
like that Rayman Rabbids, though,
I did.
Yeah.
But, and you know what? Maybe it was the skin, right? Because I love the Gears series, right? Gears is my favorite series in an Xbox series. So maybe I'll pick up Gears Tactics coming out Xbox One, PC, April 28th.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for the review to see how deep the mechanics are in the game. I feel like it's going to be like a little deeper than Raving Rabbids or Mario Rabbids, which was still a very good game, but it was like tactics light. So it wasn't as heavy as like an XCOM or anything like that, but it was still like amazing for what it is. So I feel like Gears is going to fall somewhere in the middle.
Okay. And a game we saw at PAX coming out PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC April 28th, same day as Gears Tactics, and that's Moving Out.
Yes. Moving Out does have online co-op, just like Overcooked does. This is the perfect stay inside and play with your friends game, right? As long as they all have a copy of it, It's very good.
Everybody, don't go outside. Stay in and help me move out.
There you go. There you go.
There you go. And then the last game on the list, the game that has been officially delayed as of yesterday, is Minecraft Dungeons. It's supposed to come out April 30th for PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC, but now it's been delayed indefinitely. I don't know when this is going to come out, but I understand why. Right?
Yeah,
they want to get the most out of their release.
Yeah.
And quarantine's supposed to be officially over the last, April 30th, right? That's supposed to be the last day of quarantine, so not a good time to have the game out.
That's the last stated date. We're gonna blow past that like nobody's business.
So, but while everyone's staying home, everyone really seems to be playing Steam. Well, playing games at least. And Steam has seen record worldwide numbers for people. 22 million users logged in to Steam.
That's insane.
The most they've ever had.
That's insane. How many people are in the world? Like 7 billion, 8 billion? 22 million is, oh my God. Like, it's a lot, right? That's got to be, I don't know the math, but that could be close to like, that's like 5%, 6% of the whole entire world logged on to Steam in a weekend. That's bananas.
I think the largest prior to this was 20 million.
Yeah, that's insane. And it's also fair to note that there was no big launches this weekend, right? Half-Life Alyx already like happened. That's out there, and even that's like a high barrier to entry. Like you need like a $1,000 Valve Index to like really get the most out of it, and you need a pretty powerful PC to run it properly. These are people just logging in, playing games, downloading stuff, playing like Counter-Strike and Dota and like whatever else. That's yeah. I gotta give them props. People are staying indoors. People are adhering to the rules. That's crazy. It's crazy.
So Dave, while we've been locked down, did you get any good mail pickups?
I did, Dan.
Like actual like mail, because I know you didn't go out and pick anything up, because I got none.
Why would I do that? Why would I do that?
Zero.
Why would I do that?
Listen, it looks like the postal service. Rain, rain, sleet, snowstorm,
and hail,
pandemic, zombie apocalypse.
Will not stop us from our appointed gaming rounds.
And you go out and you collect.
You're right. No, I'm basically Amazon shopping, maybe some like eBay shopping, maybe some like limited run shopping. I got my Doom Eternal for the PC finally, and
nice. Okay.
I got some words. I got some words for Bethesda.
Whoa.
Got some words for Bethesda.
Well, you got a gamer grief during the pandemic.
I got a gamer grief, and you know what? I'm gonna get right into this gamer grief because
I don't know this. Like, I'm kind of curious because I've played the game too.
The game is the game is great. I did come across the Bethesda Net account thing and the whatever else,
which was my gamer grief. That was my game.
It was annoying, and to tack onto that, when I signed up for the account, they forced me to download a Chrome plugin to like verify my account. That was it wasn't like completely jank, but it was something I never heard of before, Securify or whatever. I'm like, come on, Bethesda, what are you doing? I've never had to download a third-party Chrome app, right, to like secure my account properly. Usually it's like, okay, we'll send you an email. We'll send you a 2-factor auth to your phone. Here's your 4-digit key or whatever, right? I get that. So I had to do that to get the account, and then I immediately uninstalled it because the thing was jank. I wasn't about it. That's not even my gamer grief. Dan, I opened the game.
Still, you keep.
No.
I really thought that was. Oh, wow.
I opened the game, and you know what I found inside?
A digital code.
I found a cardboard insert, that's right, with a digital code on it.
Wow.
I was pissed. I bought it specifically to have the physical, so I basically just have a clamshell case with a little cardboard wheel inside that looks like a disc, but is not the actual game.
Well, you know what? Lesson learned. Don't buy for PC.
Yeah.
If you would have bought the PS4 to Xbox on the Xbox version, you would have had a physical disc.
You know. If I saw it in the store, I would have noticed. But I bought it on Amazon, right? I'm like, oh, it's the game, and it's on the box, but the pictures are so tiny unless you blow them up, and even then, it's still pretty tiny because it was in small print on the box. They didn't specifically say there's no game inside in the listing, so, what are you gonna do?
Wow. Well, they should at least say this is a digital code.
I know. They like should have said no game inside. All right.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just wasting plastic at that point. Like I buy it because I want the physical disc. I want. Yeah, because
you could have just you could have just bought it digitally on PC and had it.
And I could have had it that day. Yeah. Exactly. Because then I had to sit there and wait like an hour to download like the 22 gigs for the installer. I'm like, Christ. So I decided, it was funny, I decided to boot up Doom 2016 as I wait for Doom 2020, Doom Eternal to download.
All right. So Dave, as we always start the show with Epically Fail, I know you've been playing Doom. What are your thoughts?
I love it, Dan. I love it. It is a little bit more considered in the action bits. You really kind of have to plan out like where you hit enemies, what weapons you use to hit enemies, when to use the chainsaw, when to use the belcher, right? Because it's really all about like, okay, I'm low on health. Let me use the
chainsaw
melee.
Yeah.
Well, the chainsaw will get you the weapons back, or will get you the ammo, right? The melee kill, when the guy's like glowing orange or blue, the melee kill will get you health back, and then the flame belcher will get you armor shards back. So you have to keep moving and circling around, killing enemies, and when you're like low, which happens a lot and very quickly because you have low amounts of ammo, so they kind of like make you switch between those like 4 different things, right? Are you attacking? Are you meleeing? Are you using the belcher, or are you using the chainsaw to get your stuff back? And like it's kind of neat. They did that in the first one a little bit. They do it a lot more in this one. So I think it's kind of cool. It adds a little tactical element to, I don't want to say mindless gameplay, but I've been having a damn good time. I'm blasting the sound through my headphones. It's good. I don't know if I like it better than 2016, but
what I would say, you don't know if you like it better than for the original. Then what about it gives you that skepticism? Is it because of that? Where you have to be more strategic, where the first one, it was sort of more mindless gameplay?
No, I think, and that's actually a very interesting question. I think what it is because the last Doom game, Doom 3, was like such a departure, and it was like more like survival horror-y. It just wasn't, Doom 3 wasn't great. It was probably the worst one in the series. So when you get Doom 2016 and it's like, now Doom is back, right? It had the same feeling for me of playing the original, right? Running around with like the metal MIDI music and just like blasting enemies away with the shotgun and the chain gun. It felt very similar, right? But they added a bunch of like new stuff to it, and it felt fresh. So this is kind of like it's an evolution. Well, yeah, I guess it's just an evolution over the last game. So it still feels great, and the new stuff is good. I don't know. I think I'm going to need more time with it. I think.
Okay.
But, yeah. So beyond that, I beat Death Stranding.
Wow.
That game is complete in the books, all 15 chapters.
All right. Yep. You're an official FedEx delivery man now.
I am a master grade porter. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Wow. And no spoilers whatsoever. I know you kind of put it down for a little bit. But
I would have to restart my save.
Yeah.
No way.
Dude, it gets bananas. Matt was right. Matt was talking about that game. It's you got to beat this game. Once you get into chapter 3 and the world starts opening up, and he was right. It does open up a bit. When you get the truck, it's like, oh, okay. things are a lot easier now. I don't have to like slog all the way through on foot, right? It makes it a more interesting adventure. And then you start getting a bunch of weapons, and then combat starts coming into play, and then the story just goes off the rails towards the end. I was like, wow, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So now that that's beat, right, because I have a lot of time, I've been playing Battle Garriga again, like the awesome shooter from M2, who did the remake of it.
You get that for the PS4 at Limited Run.
I did get the last copy for the PS4 at Limited Run. I was very happy about that. And I'm also playing Rising Hell on the PC. I'm planning to do a review on the site for that. That's the 2D action roguelike game where you're like trying to ascend the pits of hell.
Nice. Yeah, you were really about that game.
Yeah, it's
you
fun.
Were all about that game.
It's fun. It's definitely a fun game. It's got an aesthetic like Doom. You know, it's all like heavy metal, lots of like red hues in the game, lots of visceral action.
Well,
and then
you're
finally,
in hell, so of course.
Well, yeah. in both games. And finally, Dad, you'll be very happy because I picked this up a while ago. I picked up specifically this bundle deal, the PS4 with the Uncharted Legacy Collection, the remaster. So I am back into it.
Proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
Proud of you, man.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do 2, 3, and 4. Close those games out so I complete the quadrilogy, right? The 4 games. I don't own a PSP.
And then you just have to buy a Vita and you can play the Vita.
Golden Abyss. Oh, Jesus.
It's actually a good game.
Oh, I'm not saying it's not. I just don't own a Vita. So it'd be a little hard to play. But yeah. So
okay.
How about you? I know you've been jumping into some stuff, right?
So I was still playing Animal Crossing.
Really?
Horizons on the Switch.
Wow, you're digging it.
I've been decorating my my tent. I still haven't bought a house yet because I've just been trying to fish, learn how to fish properly, and sort of cleaning up all the weeds out of my
there you go,
out of my island.
Regular Renaissance man over here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I paid off my dues though.
Oh yeah. The house is yours. The mortgage is done.
No. I got a mortgage. I got a mortgage, but no, you got to when you actually go to the island, you got dues that you got to pay. Like it ain't free, you know.
Oh sure.
So I paid that off. I got the loan to get the house.
Yep.
But I've just been going around just trying to chop trees and see what else I can craft. So, and then I took a break from that, and I was gonna go maybe into Death Stranding or Horizon Zero Dawn, but I ended up hooking up the Sega Saturn, the most underrated console of all time, and I dipped into every Sega Saturn game in my collection.
Oh, wow! With the throwback,
I have.
Nice.
I did. I've been playing.
So what have you been playing? What'd you have in the old system?
So I have 3 types of Saturn games. I have the American versions, the long boxes, the European version, which they came in sort of these black clamshells, long clamshells, and then I have the Japanese version. And again, if you have the what is it called? The Action Retro cartridge.
The Action Replay?
Action Replay. There we go. You could play, your Saturn is region free.
Ah, nice. So I love it. I love hacking the system without actually opening up the system.
So I have Panzer Dragoon 1 and 2. 1, I have the PAL version. 2 of the Japanese. So I've been playing that. Definitely got into that series.
That series is great, man.
Definitely miss having good save states, right? In modern games, we had it so tough back in the day. And
this was still of that time, man.
And you need the Action Replay if you want to save certain things too, because the Saturn has like a little watch battery in it, which would help save games. And obviously mine's is dead because it's old. It's 20 years old.
Right.
So, and I haven't replaced the battery, but a lot of hard to get games I have for the Japanese version because it's just definitely cheaper. And I've been jumping into like the Last Bronx.
Oh my God. Last Bronx. I remember that fighting game.
Yeah. I got Sonic R, I never played it before.
Mm,
Okay, I have the Japanese version.
yeah,
And
Sonic are not great.
I gotta say, because it says right here, race for the goal with Sonic and his pals, and I raced for the goal, and this game is terrible.
I know it's not good. It's not good.
This game is terrible. Like I thought this. I tried to give it a shot. I was giving games a shot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That game is just awful.
No, it's an interesting concept, but there are better versions of. I mean, there's Sonic Racing now, the new one. I think that's on the Switch and PS4, and Sonic Riders. I think was another one, or Air Riders or something. Yeah, there's
Sonic
definitely
Riders.
better versions. Yeah, it's definitely. Better.
I mean, they put it this way. This was their first like sort of Sonic racing game.
Yeah.
And they I definitely think they rushed to market, but it was just terrible. They did many racing games afterwards that were a lot better than the first one.
Oh yeah.
And some say the same thing about Mario Kart, but I think Mario Kart, the original, still may not have aged well, but it's definitely more playable than Sonic R. Sonic R is just not playable. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, the first Mario Kart. I mean, it birthed the genre, right? Like
kart racing.
That's definitely saying something.
I didn't even know I had Snatcher. I got Snatcher. The Japanese version.
English? Oh, you got the Japanese version.
Yeah,
you don't know Japanese though, do you?
No, I can't play it.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I have Snatcher and Police Knots for the.
Oh, you got
them both? Yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
Special edition Police Knots because it came with an art book.
I can. Ooh, nice. I can't help you with Police Knots, but Snatcher is on the PC Engine Mini, and it is in English. So you could pick one of those up to play if you really want to play Snatcher. That's probably it's definitely the cheapest way to play Snatcher because Snatcher is an expensive game.
It is. Well, I mean, the Sega. I don't think Snatcher came out here in America for the Saturn, but it definitely came out in the Sega CD, and that game was like $700.
Yep. We had a chance to get it at one point in time. If you remember that, that friend of a friend online was selling a bunch of games.
Yes.
And he had it in that big mix, and I was like, ooh, and that was like one of the first games somebody snatched up already. Pun intended. And they ended up paying like $400 for it, so there you go. And that was
which was a bargain.
Yeah, and that was like in 2015, maybe 2016. So, go figure.
I did play Bomberman for the Saturn, right?
Oh yeah,
Super that Saturn,
Bomberman.
Saturn Bomberman, Simon Bomberman fight.
That Bomberman game is. You can get up to 10 people playing at that if you have the two multi taps.
That game is cool. I don't get Nights in the Dreams. I have it. I have the controller. I've been playing it.
What's not to get about Nights into Dreams?
I just don't get the appeal. First of all, you are like a kid. You either are you get to pick. I guess it's one of the first games where you get to pick if you're a boy or a girl.
That's right. Yeah.
And then you jump into you sort of jump into the chamber and you turn into knights, I guess. And then you're floating around. And if you get hit by an enemy, the kid gets knocked out of you and I have no idea how to get back into my knight's form. I don't get the game. I just don't get the game.
Right. All right. It was definitely like, I mean, that game came packed with a special analog controller, right? It looked pretty much like the prototype for the Dreamcast controller. Right, it was big and round. It had the one analog stick with the shoulders, and then the 4 or 6 face buttons or whatever it is. Yeah. I don't know.
The good thing is, on the controller you can switch. It's not like now where you can use analog and the D-pad, right? Like then you had to switch either or, and it has a switch on it where you can switch between them. But you would think if you can switch to the D-pad, it would work on every game, right? Like it should work, right? Because it's the D-pad. But no, it doesn't. It doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. It doesn't matter if you switch it between them or not.
So no matter what, the controller only works for the games that it was programmed for.
Correct.
Weird. Yeah, I would figure You just use the D-pad. It's digital input, right? Up is up, down is down. It's very, it's either 1 or 0. Pressing up, it's a 1. All right, pressing down, it's a 1. I don't know. That is a little odd.
But the Saturn was known for its fighting games.
Oh yeah, it was. That was some good
I
stuff.
I think I have more Saturn fighting games
than any other
system. Yeah,
wow,
especially
nice.
for especially the Japanese versions.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 games I totally forgot I had. Street Fighter Zero, I have that. That game is awesome. Puzzle Fighters, Pocket Fighters. Sorry.
Yep. Pocket Fighters is great. Pocket Fighters came out on Saturn and PlayStation. Correct. That was a very good game. Yeah.
But that's like a cross between Darkstalkers fighters and Street Fighter fighters, and like the kid versions.
Yeah. Little chibis. Yeah.
And I have Marvel superheroes.
Nice.
I have Marvel superherows. So I just wanted to go over some of the games. I mean, I have over 100 Saturn games. I literally played.
Hot damn. That is a lot.
Yeah. Well, between the three versions, again, American PAL and Japanese. So I enjoyed it. The Saturn controller, people, it's debatable, but people say, a lot of retro gamers say it's the best retro controller you can get too. And I got to say, it's really comfortable. Not the first version, the second version of the controller. So not the very first, just like Xbox, right?
Oh, I didn't know they made a revision to it.
Yeah, they made a revision. They made it a little bit more ergonomic. It's more it closely resembles like the SNES controller as far as how it feels, and the trigger buttons weren't clicky at all in the first version. The second version, still not the way I would want it. Still not like SNES triggers were clicky, but at least we could push down. You could feel the click somewhat more on the second version than the first version. First version, you didn't even know. I thought the buttons was stuck. I was like, it's not. I don't hear it. But it does work because they're not clicky at all. So
right,
kind of crazy.
Yeah. I feel like that's a pretty good improvement on that, right?
Yeah. No, listen,
to be able to feel the feedback on it.
Saturn was a missed opportunity. I don't want to make this the Saturn show, but Saturn was a missed opportunity because they have the cartridge slot, and then all they had to do was make it backwards compatible. And you tell people, hey, yeah, we know we made you buy the 32X. Yeah, we know we made you buy the Sega CD. I understand. We fucked up. But every Genesis game there you can play on here, and you can play Saturn games. So you don't have to give away your collection, right? It was a missed opportunity, and I think just like Nintendo with the Wii U, it was the whole it's out now was terrible too. After putting out the Sega CD and the 32X like 6 months, 8 months prior to that, right? So you lost, people lost faith in you. But
it was not a good. It's not a good situation.
But this is sort of pre-internet, right? The internet wasn't as prevalent as it is now. So I thought it was backwards compatible. When I saw the cartridge slot, I was like, yeah, you can play Genesis games on it, right? So that was like mix. There was no messaging where where it's like, no, you really can't play Genesis. Like, I know every kid thought you could play Genesis games on it. I know. And again, I told you, I got the PlayStation, my friend got the Saturn, and we plugged our Genesis games in, and we were like, why doesn't it work? And it's like, because it doesn't play Genesis games. This is stupid.
Yeah, right.
So I've been playing a lot. I hope to, I've been playing a lot of retro stuff too, which we'll, hopefully talk about in a different show.
And we're going to do something special sometime soon, right? Yeah, I think
sometime probably at the end of the month.
Yeah. So got some special stuff coming.
But I hope to get into, more modern games, hopefully for next week.
Well, we got a ton of backlog on that.
Well, this is you would think quarantine would be your best.
I've been playing
best friend.
I've been playing my whole collection, so like I know it sucks. I don't want to make light of the situation, but the positive note is I took time to beat Death Stranding. I'm back into Uncharted 2, a game that I had started I think in 2016. I'm gonna finish it. It's not gonna be Batman.
Well, I will say this. I've just been picking random like retro consoles and saying I'm going to go through my whole collection.
Oh, there you go.
Just to pop it in, see if it works. That's another thing being a collector. You buy things, you don't test it right away. Like here's a
Typically not. Yeah.
Here's a pro tip. You should test things right away. As soon as you get it, test it.
Right.
Just to make sure it works.
Right.
Because I've been trying to play a bunch of stuff and then seeing that, oh, this doesn't work. Right. Like I have Midway Classics for the Saturn. My disc is so scratched up. I cleaned it. Yeah. I get it to boot. I get into the menu of the different games, but I can't boot any of the games on the collection.
I'd say maybe try and get it professionally resurfaced, but nobody can go out right now.
Yeah.
So it's just not going to happen.
And the terrible thing is I can't find, and again, I haven't really put any effort into really looking. I just took a quick look. I can't find the game by itself because I have the case, I have it complete.
Oh yeah, it can be a little bit tough.
So the game is not expensive by any means, but I still don't want to spend another $28 or $25 on a complete game that I already have. Right, I just need the disc. So pro tip: if you're a collector, if you have the system, see if you could test the game right away. See if it works.
Yeah, there you go.
So, on that note, why don't we take a break? And when we come back, we get into the top gaming news of last week.
This is Justin from the Lit Gaming Arena podcast, and you're listening to Rated G for Gamers.
And we're back. Let's get into our top gaming news of last week, and it's really only about Nintendo. To be honest, it's been really quiet lately.
Yeah. There's been not even though we got the Xbox stuff and we got the PlayStation 5 stuff and all that, we haven't got any new info about that, right? Like Nintendo really took the center stage.
Well, the funny thing is, I was watching Phil Spencer talk, and he said, he's still talking with the ESA because they're talking about the things that they want to do around E3 time.
Right.
He's coordinating with them and other companies about to see what they're going to announce around then. Right, to have I guess digital direct, Xbox Direct.
Yeah, right? They're still trying to coordinate it to be like an event. Everything happens around the same time. It'll just be, online as opposed to like in a theater where it's recorded.
Yeah. So I just thought that was fascinating. Where it's like, yeah, we're still in talks. It's like, what's there to talk about? Let's just do it. Xbox, this is your day. How about you do something this day? Right.
Yeah. I think it's maybe more about the logistics of like, who gets to go first and when their slots are and like how we're going to present it, what the tech behind it is.
True. And then, will they put out demo? Because remember, the whole thing at E3 is people get to actually have hands-on.
They have to play demos and all that. Yeah.
But you controlling the narrative, but you can't really control the narrative if you're giving out demo code, right? Because people can data mine and find out what's going on.
They could, yeah. I don't know if there's necessarily going to be that. Maybe they'll do some special stuff where like you can demo it now, right? For current gen games.
Yeah, because we can't even do that because they won't have any. At E3, you would expect they would have Series X demo stations, right? They can't even have that right now.
They very well could, right? People got to get a hands on with it, right? Here's some new stuff. Like they could maybe play Halo Infinite, right, coming out this fall, but that's not going to happen now.
And they can't even fly guys in to try to take a look, right? It's because that's not going to happen. No one wants to go anywhere.
Right. So, right.
This is really interesting. Console launches 2020. But Nintendo did put out a Direct Mini, which I don't understand. I guess the length can't be mini because it was like 26 minutes long. It was kind of lengthy.
Yeah, but there was a lot of good stuff in there.
I know, but I guess from an announcement standpoint, that's what made it sort of like a mini, right? It wasn't. We didn't get Breath of the Wild 2.
No,
right?
no. There wasn't any big announcements, and that they're all saving for around E3, right? You can guarantee. Breath of the Wild 2 announcements, Metroid announcements, Mario announcements, most likely are all going to be around that time, right? Around E3.
So I think the second biggest announcement, and it's just my opinion, second biggest announcement. We knew that the Smash Brothers, the Smash characters, the second fighter pack would be delayed.
Yeah.
But we still didn't know who was going to be in it, right? And they announced that one of the ARMS characters is headed to Smash Brothers.
I called it, Dan. I said they should put Springman in there. And if I had to bet, it's either going to be Springman or it's going to be Ribbon Girl, because those are like the poster children for that game.
I'm going to tell you a secret.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else knows this except for Nintendo. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Just me and Nintendo know this.
Really?
You will.
Well, lay it down, Dan, because you're gonna blow it wide open and tell the rest of the world.
I'm gonna tell you a secret.
Uh-huh.
All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
They're both gonna be in it.
Oh, you think it's gonna be a 2-pack?
I think it's gonna be a 2-pack. I think it's gonna be a 2-fer.
I mean, they could, because they're both like they're both boxers, right? They're gonna be like melee characters. And they have the same mechanics to them, right? They have spring-loaded arms, which they fire stuff out of. So they could be like what do they call them? Like shadow fighters or whatever, right? The clones. Possibly.
They're both going to be in it.
That'd be fantastic. And like their aesthetic like fits in with that world, right? They don't have to do any juggling. They don't have to like size down Ridley to make it fit and, do some gymnastics to get the art style to work. Like it just fits in the game world already, right? The mechanics of like the arms get like punching out. It's going to be great.
I still think I'm still putting out hope for Doom Guy.
Yeah.
They want Doom Guy to be in.
The Doom Guy? Doom Guy would be so funny, but
he would be so out of place, but
yeah, exactly. He's got shotguns and rocket launchers and flamethrowers. This is not going to happen.
I want Doom Guy in my.
Oh my god! And he would just be called Doom Guy because he still doesn't have a name.
DG, they call him DG.
DG, yeah.
They call him DG.
So funny.
And the biggest announcement, I mean, by far, I don't think you would disagree with this. The biggest announcement is we're getting collections. We're getting 2K collections.
Yep.
To the Switch, a bunch of games. We're getting the BioShock collection, which is the worst kept secret because that was all rumors about that like 6 months ago.
I know.
We're getting the Borderlands Legendary collection. We're getting XCOM 2.
This is big news because these are all very good games, and it's also big news because the only other two games that 2K was putting on the system were NBA 2K and WWE 2K. And we all know how those games turned out.
Well, WWE 2K. Well, WWE 2K sucked. It was the worst wrestling game.
2020 was terrible. And the other ones weren't much better.
It was 2018. It was only one game. It wasn't two. It wasn't multiple games. It was only one game. It was 2018, WWE 2018. That game was terrible. It was
Didn't
the worst
they do?
wrestling game.
No, that's right. They didn't do 2020. They stopped after that. Yeah. So there you go. 2020 was on the PlayStation and Xbox, and that was also terrible.
That one was janky.
Janky AF.
So they stopped after 2018 because they didn't put one out in 2019.
That's right.
And then the NBA 2K games, pretty good. I mean, I have 2018 as well. NBA 2K 2018. That game is pretty good. Again, not the whole game. That's my only issue. That's why I don't buy those games on the Switch because it's not the whole game. Like half the game.
Yeah, it's annoying.
None of the NBA 2K games, none of them have the full game on there, and that seems to be a theme when it comes to 2K.
Well,
coming on the Switch because look at the BioShock collection. It's not the whole game.
Yeah.
If anything, it's just assets. It's not even one game. It's not even like BioShock 1 and then 2 and 3 are downloadable. It's assets from BioShock on there and the other 3 games, and then you have to pretty much download the game.
to be fair to the BioShock collection, it is 3 games on there. And the third one, came out I think 2011 or whatever. The first 2012, there you go. And the first 2 are remasters, right? Well, actually, I think they're all remasters because they're all the console versions. So they're all kind of beefed up a little bit with better graphics and textures and all that. So I can kind of see it. It still sucks. Don't get me wrong. I'd like at least to have BioShock 1 and 2 on there, and then maybe a download 3. But I don't know. You can't win.
But they don't have any of that.
They don't have any games on. I know.
They don't have any games. It's just assets that are on there.
Right.
But I think I don't know about the Borderlands Legendary Collection or XCOM. I don't know as far as what's on the cart, but you still need to download on those as well.
Oh yeah. I mean,
probably, I'm gonna assume it's the same thing where it's just assets, not the game.
Right, and then you download the rest of the stuff online. Right.
Crazy. Just look at Bethesda. Look how they did Doom. Look how they did Doom.
They got it all on the disc.
Doom 2016.
Look at The Witcher. Right? The Witcher was crazy.
The the original Witcher plus all the DLC. Plus all the DLC. Come on, the graphics do look, to be fair too, if you look at the BioShock footage from the BioShock and Borderlands, the graphics do look definitely downgraded. So they don't look great. You're definitely having this to play on the go. I just would have loved at least if they would have said, all right, BioShock Infinite was on the cart, but you had to download 1 and 2. That's all. That's all I'm saying. So that was sort of their big announcements, and then they sprinkled a bunch of other things in. We got a lot of release dates, like Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. That's coming out May 29th. Yeah. As of right now, May 29th. We don't know, that may get delayed.
Mm-hmm.
Bravely
Xenoblade
Default.
Chronicles, I think originally on the Wii U.
Wii. No, Wii.
Yeah, there you go.
And then you got Bravely Default 2. The demo's out now. You can play it. You play it. They spent a lot of time talking about Bravely Default. They spent a good 5 to 8 minutes.
Well, it's a Nintendo exclusive, right? The first couple ones were on the 3DS, right?
Yeah.
And they're good games. They're nice little dungeon crawlers and whatnot, JRPG style. So it's interesting that now Bravely Default 2, even though there's 2 other games that have come out already, but yeah, there was Bravely Default Second Layer, which was not Bravely Default 2.
But it was the second. It was the second layer.
Yeah.
It could have been the third layer.
It's a little confusing. Right. But it's it's apparently one of them isn't following the same story with the same characters, which is I think why they changed the name up like that. It's still confusing though.
They announced sort of a new event in Animal Crossing. Sort of the first season event is Easter, so you'll be able to get that between April 1st and April 12th.
Right.
And you can decorate with Easter decorations and have a scavenger hunt and all that stuff. I may actually get into that. I'm not gonna lie.
I bet that the Easter event is specific to North America and possibly Europe, right?
Oh,
because it's not really like a Japanese holiday, right? It's a Christian holiday, right? And that's not necessarily their primary religion over there. So I know they do, at least for the older Animal Crossings, they've done different events. The cherry blossoms are coming up right now. They may do that instead of an Easter event.
I thought you were gonna say
what?
I thought you were gonna say, yeah, they may just do that for Easter.
Oh.
It's the Easter event, and guess what? It's only dropping during Easter.
Yeah, no.
You took so long. You took so long.
I wasn't trying to be dramatic by any means. I was just trying to get that thought out. That this may be specific to North America and possibly
I know, but
Europe.
you took so long to say it. You're like, yeah, I think maybe.
I was keeping you in suspense, Dan.
specific only for
right, North America
and Easter.
Uh-huh.
I was like, no shit, Sherlock. It's not going to come out the 4th of July.
Come on now, Dan. I'm dropping knowledge on you. All right.
Hey,
Easter event is specifically for Easter. You're not gonna get this insider information anywhere else.
Can I not get an Easter egg hunt in the middle of September?
I mean, I don't think that's likely.
I don't think that's possible. Okay.
No, I don't.
All right. So also out now is Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy.
Throwback from way back.
Yeah, that's man. Talk about old.
Mm-hmm.
They also announced Star Wars Episode 1 Racer.
Mm-hmm.
Racing a Star Wars. I wish we had more Star Wars racing games. I know Limited Run put out, a remaster of a Star Wars racing game. And now it's coming out on the Switch.
Well, we do have the Star Wars fighting game, Dan. If you want more weird Star Wars properties, you can play Masters of Terakazi. I don't know how to say that.
I know I have it for PS1.
Yeah, no, and it's freaking terrible. It's not good.
You know what? I want a Star Wars Mortal Kombat mashup. That's what I want.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. The only reason we have the Star Wars...
I want to play as Darth Vader in Mortal Kombat.
The only reason we have this Episode 1 racer is because of the pod racing scene in Episode 1. It's the only reason we have this now.
It was the only good thing from Episode 1.
Yeah. Okay, wait, no. We do have another one, too. There is Super Bombad Racing. There is that,
yeah,
too.
That's right. Forgot about that one.
Which also came out around that time.
Well, speaking of racing games, they're also putting out a Burnout Paradise remastered on the Switch.
Yes, they are, Dan. Very excited. Very excited.
Another worst kept secret is Kathleen Full Body. That's coming out on the Switch in July.
Yep. That's the remake that came out recently for Xbox and PlayStation, Xbox One and PS4, which was originally on the 360 and the PS3. An amazing game. I hipped you to this game.
You did. I remember you hipped me to this game years ago. We played it on the 360.
It is wild as all hell. It's a little bit risque.
It's a lot risque.
It's a little bit risque. You're kind of dating two women, and gameplay takes place in your dreams, which are really nightmares, and you're playing this like action puzzle game trying to get up this wall. Like it's weird. It's weird. You got to watch the trailer for it.
The thing I like about it is you can play a watered down version of the same puzzle game in the arcade in the game.
Oh, can you? Oh, that's so funny.
If you're in the bar, when you go to the bathroom, right by the bathroom is a arcade, and you could just go there and play the arcade, and you're playing the same game. You're playing just a watered down like arcadey version of it.
Yeah. Oh, that's wild.
I thought that was cool. I actually spent more time playing the game at the booth in the arcade than I do the game going to sleep. When you go to sleep, so
that's funny.
You have that Panzer Dragoon, the remake. Oh my god, is available now.
Oh my god,
today. You can buy it digitally, or you can order it first on Switch or limited run. Mm-hmm. I think it'll be out for PS4, probably Xbox later on.
That is a game that needs a sequel. I will tell you, 100%. That game needs a sequel. The last game to come out for the Panzer Dragoon series was Panzer Dragoon Orta on the original Xbox.
That's right.
That was back when Microsoft was trying to really get Sega into their bed and be like, "Hey, come on, we're gonna buy you. Well, let's go ahead and Sega put out Jet Set Radio. Sega put out Panzer Dragoon. They put out Tom and Earl.
The original Xbox was the Dreamcast too.
I mean, it really was. It really was. Like you can basically draw a line from the Dreamcast to the Xbox. There's a lot of things built-in modem, online play. Even like the controller shape is like an evolution over the Dreamcast. It's crazy.
So, and then sort of lastly, they sort of said that they put out a Ring Fit Adventure update. That's also available today. So if you're one of the lucky ones that got a Ring Fit Adventure, you can stay home quarantine and exercise in style.
Those things are going for even more money right now.
Oh yeah, it's really.
Do you have one? I don't know. Did you end up getting?
I never bought it. I don't really. I mean, it's the most expensive. I already bought the most expensive cardboard ever, right?
Yeah,
with the Labo kits. I didn't want to buy the most expensive piece of rubber. ever.
Well, but at least that's useful. I mean, not to say that the cardboard's not useful, but it's a little more like you can exercise with it. You're going to use it on the regular.
No, you are totally correct. I would love. I mean, if I can go back, I would pick it up. I mean,
Well, of course. So
the
would I.
Nintendo store had a bunch of them. So
not anymore.
So if it was open, I would still go buy it.
Oh, I don't think they have them now.
No, they do. They do. The last time I was at the Nintendo store, I saw a bunch of them still on the shelf.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because they're going for like $150 online. So
just like Animal Crossing, the Switch, the special edition, right? I'm sure they have it in like they weren't even open when it launched, right? So I'm sure they have a bunch of those consoles sitting in the back. Right, because they're not open at all, so they're not selling them.
Right.
So as soon as things start to everything start to loosen up a little and stores start to open, Nintendo store is the first place I'm going. I'm telling you that right now.
Okay.
I'm telling you that right now.
Okay.
I got to get me a special edition Animal Crossing Switch.
Right.
So, but this was a Nintendo heavy week because we definitely have to talk about. This is the 35th anniversary of Mario, right? And every year every sort of special anniversary, Nintendo does something, right? For Mario, because Mario is their golden goose. Mario is more recognizable than Mickey Mouse.
Oh,
at least in the 90s.
Yeah,
So.
Mario. Is he still now to this day? Does that still hold true? I feel like it.
Yeah, I feel like it. I feel like I have a little cousin. I told you. I don't know if I told you this when we recorded last week. Maybe about my little cousin. He's like 11. He's playing Fortnite. And he's like a pro. And I was just sitting there in maze, like I don't know anything that's going on because I don't play Fortnite.
Right.
I don't think he really like knows who Mickey Mouse is. He probably knows who Mickey Mouse is, just like in like, oh yeah, Mickey Mouse. But I know Mario. Right? Because he's never been at Disneyland. They've never been at Disneyland.
Well, there you go. And Mickey's not really in like feature like movies or like cartoons, really, right? So you're only really going to see him if it's an ad for Disney or if you're going to Disney World, right? It's like, oh yeah, it's Mickey.
Yeah, but it's been 35 years since the original Mario. We had a Mario All-Star. We had a Mario All-Stars back in the Super Nintendo. We had Mario 1, 2, 3, and Lost Levels, which was the original 2. And then they sort of revised that and put Super Mario World in there. Later on they had another cart. I have that cart too. And then we got the 25th anniversary edition on the Wii, right?
That's right.
People were a little disappointed because it didn't really do anything. It was just a port of Mario All Stars, and you got like, the special art book and stuff.
Yeah, I mean it had nice packaging on there in the art book, but yeah.
So this is the 35th anniversary, 10 years later. And the biggest rumor right now, and it looks like a lot of outlets are corroborating this. Like this was like, it seems to me, just in my opinion, that people knew about it, but everyone was scared to say something. But as soon as it leaked, everyone started talking about it. It's like, yeah, we've been hearing the same thing.
Yeah.
And that's a 3D Mario collection coming out this year. And the rumored games are in part of the collection are Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy, the first one, not the second one. What do you think about that?
This is everything that people want. Sunshine, maybe not the most fan favorite game, but definitely Galaxy, definitely 64. I love Sunshine. I think it's great. These games haven't. Well, 64 did get a remake on the 3DS, which made it a little bit better with the analog stick and all that. And they improved some controls. You could play as Luigi in that one, which was kind of cool. But,
2DS. Well, it was the DS. It was the DS.
Oh, the DS had it. Yeah. The DS had it, and that was really cool. But like to be able to play it on the big screen, to download it from the eShop, in like this 3-pack, that would be amazing, right? Because you get 64 on the N64, you get Mario Sunshine from the GameCube era, and you get Galaxy from the Wii era. And I think they're all like 5 out of 5 games, honestly, if you want my opinion.
No, you're right. You're correct.
And if you throw some achievements in there, make some little like history of Mario to be included with the thing, little art gallery or something like that, that'd be fantastic. Like what a way to celebrate the 35th anniversary.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you think they're missing a game? Do you think there should be another game on here? What would you put on here If you had to come up with a 3D Mario collection, what games would you put on here?
I mean, you gotta go Galaxy 2, like a follow up to one of the greatest Mario games of all time. You know, I would say that. I'm assuming you have a game in mind that you would want to see in this collection.
Oh, come on, we got to put. I know this is not going to happen.
Yeah,
right. This wouldn't happen. Give me Mario 64.
Mm-hmm.
Give me Mario Sunshine.
Yep.
Right. And give me Mario Odyssey.
Oh, well, we have Odyssey though.
I know, but I mean, come on, give me like give me the first 3D Mario and give me like the last 3D Mario.
Wow, interesting. Well, I mean,
put out like another anniversary edition. Put out like another anniversary edition or something with later on with Galaxy 1, 2, and Mario World.
Oh, 3D World. Yeah.
3D World, yeah.
I would love to have 2, but I don't know if that's necessarily in the cards. I feel like they're going to do something. This kind of makes sense, and you get one from every 3D console, up until the Wii, which I think is kind of neat. But yeah, I mean, I'll take what they can give us at this point, right? We're going to be indoors for the foreseeable future. We're going to need some stuff to play. So just to kind of bring this all around, Mario's birthday, or Super Mario Brothers, came out September 13th, 1985, right? That's when that game dropped. So that would be the 35th anniversary to the day. So
we'll probably the collection will come out in September?
I think so.
This could have been an E3 drop, right? Like,
I
hey
think
guys.
I think it's actually going to be. I think it's going to be an E3 direct drop. We're going to say, hey, it's Mario's 35th anniversary, and on the day you'll be able to download and play this collection,
or buy physical.
Hopefully they do a physical, but I'm not holding my breath for a physical.
No, they're definitely doing a physical because they want to do it with an art book. They want to do that with an art book, and maybe like a steel case, something like that, with all the Mario theme.
I'm going to buy it if they do.
Yeah, of course. But if we have a physical, don't know where you're going to buy it because it looks like GameStop. This is sort of an update from the last show. GameStop didn't close when there was an order that only essential workers, they were still open,
right?
But they finally came to their senses and they closed most of their stores. Like every store in California that closed, but certain stores did stay open, sort of, but only sort of like made to order, where you would order it and go to the store, pick it up, and they meet you at the door, right? Mm-hmm. But a lot of stores are closed. However, some of the sad news is some of the stores won't be reopening. They permanently closed over like 100 stores or something like that, something along those lines.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad. GameStop wasn't in a good position already, and then this kind of comes down and really like takes a hampering on their physical sales, their walk-ins, their pre-owned stuff. Like everything's just kind of hurting. And I don't think this is definitely not the first company, and it's not going to be the last company to experience the fallout from this. I hope they make it out.
70%. They said 70% of restaurants won't open.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's also fair to note that like 2/3 of all restaurants never make it past the first year. It's just the margins are very thin. You really got to know what you're doing to get in there. So I mean, that makes sense. A lot of our like favorite spots probably aren't going to be open when this all kind of blows over. Whenever that happens, and that's sad, man. It's sad. I hate to see. When I go back to the Lower East Side, walk through my old neighborhood, and I see all the stuff just shut down and not open again. I'm gonna cry. Dan.
I get you some tissue.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Sorry to bring it down.
Don't get all emotional on me. Come on.
It's trying times right now.
No. Listen, it's crazy. It's bananas outside. The zombie apocalypse is here. I was prepared. That's why I built up a sizable collection to keep me going.
We knew, Dan. We knew this was coming.
We knew this was coming as collectors. We knew it was coming.
Soothsayers,
Listen,
I say.
everybody out there, stay safe. Try to hit that backlog. Don't go out unless you need to.
Yes. Yes.
I really feel bad for people who can't work from home and their job just, it's something that you can't do, right? You have to go out. And I feel bad for the people who are laid off. I know my job laid a few people off. And I hate working from home. It drives me nuts. It drives me crazy. I think
you want to be outside. You want to feel connected, right? Even though you're like traveling on a subway and you're in a can of sardines, it kind of feels nice in a way.
Hopefully,
other people were out and about.
Hopefully, we get over this sooner than later, right? And we're back up and running as normal. I mean, I know E3 is canceled, but it's going to be sort of exciting to do E3 digitally,
right,
for the first time.
And it's going to be a new experience.
New experience. So, I just want to say, everyone, to stay safe.
Stay safe, and tip your delivery people. All right, they're out there on the front lines. And that about does it. That's episode 212 in the books. We want to thank you guys for listening to the show and doing all the good stuff that you guys do. And if you want to interact with us, and we know that you do, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon at Rated G for Gamers. And another note that we are part of the Gaming Podcast Alliance, so check out all of the fine podcasts featured on there at www.gamingpodcastalliance.com if you're looking for more gaming goodness. So please listen, like, rate, review, and subscribe. And as always,
keep gaming.